Good afternoon and welcome to West Olympia Rotary meeting on this May 4th. I want to say welcome to Rotarians, to our guests, and especially to those high school students we will recognize this year at the Dick Nichols Awards. We start today with Invocation by Dick Poost. We have the Pledge of Allegiance by Dale Kammerer and the four-way test by Gordon Kirkemo, followed by the music, America the Beautiful, Jim Cockrell on the piano, and song leader Drake Nicholson. Dick, please.
Shall we pray? Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this time of fellowship that we've been enjoying, not just with Rotarians, but our friends and family members. And we think especially of the recipients of the awards today and how you love them and that they have great futures ahead of them. We pray that you will be with them in the years to come. And we thank you for your many blessings. In your name, amen.
Amen. Fellow Rotarians, guests, including honored guests, please join me in the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fellow Rotarians and guests, please join me in reciting the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First,
is it the truth?
Second,
is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Fourth,
will be beneficial to all concerned. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you very much, and you may be seated. I'm joined today with other presidents from the Rotary clubs in the area, so I would like to introduce them to you. I have the president for Hawks Prairie Club, Andrew Okowitz. Hi. President for the Lacey Club, Bruce Dewey. President for the Tumwater Club, Laurie Henning. The president for the Downtown Club is Sean Padgett. And we also have Bill Hislop. He is president-elect for the Lacey Club. And we have another president-elect for Hawks Prairie, Joseph Beaulieu. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. We just have one short announcement today, and that will be by Sean.
Ann thought this would be a great opportunity for me to get up here and tell you a little bit about the Greg Mortensen project. Greg Mortensen is in fact coming to Olympia Lacey on May 13th. It's a project that was started by the Olympia High School Interact Club. They sent in an application. They had about a 1 in 10 chance of actually being awarded the day, and they were in fact awarded it. And so we've been planning for the last few months the day's events. And one of the day's events will be a luncheon. It will be a Rotary luncheon at the Lacey Rotary Club. And Bruce has been great to host us that day. We're expecting about 250 Rotarians from around the area, some Kiwanians, a very significant group. Later that afternoon, we're going to have a rally, actually a march from Stevens Field to the state capitol steps, where a lot of school children will be providing some donations to Greg Mortensen for the Pennies for Peace program. After that, we will be headed to the Marcus Pavilion for the keynote address That night, 6:45, lecture by Mr. Mortensen. We're expecting about 3,500 people there. We still have about 500 tickets left to be sold, so you can go online to seatyourself.biz and buy those tickets. So to a group of Rotarians, I certainly invite you to the luncheon at 11:45 on Thursday, May 13th at the Marcus Pavilion in St. Martin's. Thank you.
Thank you. And now over to today's program that will be introduced by Steve Henderson. Steve.
Thanks, Ann. Thank you for that nice reception. I assume that was Bershauer. He's always applauding when I come on stage. The other two guests at the front table are Carol Lee Nichols. And our person who, of course, we're going to hear remarks from in a few minutes, Dick Nichols. Dick, you're here, and thanks again. This is our 14th annual Rotary Nichols Award to recognize these outstanding students from our 7 high schools. There's a boy and a girl from each school, and we are recognizing their outstanding achievement in athletics, academics, and community service. The 7 high schools are Capital, Olympia, North Thurston, River Ridge, Timberline, Tumwater, and Black Hills. 14 years ago, in 1997, when we began these awards, we raised a total of $3,000, and we gave only 2 scholarships of $1,500 each to 2 of 12 students. There were 6 high schools at the time. And about 5 years ago, we felt, that's not as fair as it could be. So we've now raised $14,000 every year, and every student gets a $1,000 scholarship to their college. So there are tent cards on your table, and I'd like you to look at those cards with me. Maybe there's only 1 or 2 cards, but I want to recognize our sponsors. West Olympia Rotary and the Tucker Foundation donated at least $1,500 each. Our regular sponsors, which is $1,000 each, Heritage Bank, Lacey Rotary, Olympia Federal Savings, Olympia Rotary, and West Bay Marina. Associate sponsors, which is a $500 level, Dan Bershauer Mediation Services, KGY Radio, Law Lyman, Daniel Kammer, and Bogdanovich Law Firm, OB Credit Union, Rainier Dodge, Rance Group, Red Lion, Rod and Carol Cook, South Sound Bank, TCTV, The Olympian, Timberland Bank, Washington Business Bank, Wayne Staley, and West Coast Bank. And the Friends of Scholar Athletes are Dick Nichols, Dirk Havlick, MD, Ed Walsh, Henderson and Shelton Lawyers, James C. Cockrell, Dentist, Larry Lynn, Larry Norwood, Sally Beckwith, and the Guardsman Menswear and Tuxedo Rental. So please join me in recognizing our sponsors. And I should mention Larry Lynn, who's in charge of raising money, reminded me that there are cards on each table, and if you'd like to be a sponsor next year, please take one of those cards with you, and we'd love to have you as a sponsor for these scholarships. But this event is not just about scholarships. It's about recognizing these students really for 3 reasons. First, this is the only citywide award for high school seniors that brings together the cities of Olympia, Lacey, and Tumwater as one community. Secondly, it gives us a chance in person to honor our outstanding young people and their achievements. We as community leaders and your parents and family today are here to witness what you have achieved. Third is to honor Dick Nichols, good citizen, all-around supporter of our young people in this community, and many years as an announcer at KGY Radio. We as a community appreciate what you have done for our community, Dick. In addition to the $1,000 scholarships, all of these students will receive a recognition award today for their achievements.
We believe Rotary offers a perfect forum for this kind of an event. We're able to raise the money, and then we can hold this luncheon and bring these students here to be recognized. The students are not picked by our Rotary Club or any Rotary Club. They are picked by their schools. And so it also gives us a chance as Rotarians in all of the Rotary clubs in our community to be here and witness the achievements of these students. We recognize three features about these students. First is outstanding academic achievement. And they don't just get good grades, they get good grades in tough subjects, the AP and International Baccalaureate classes. Secondly, we recognized outstanding athletic achievement in a WIAA recognized sport. We look for those students who their teammates look up to, those who play multiple varsity sports and are captains of their teams. And thirdly, we recognize outstanding service to their school and their community. They don't just participate, they think up ways of performing community service and then participate. So the committee that has been working all year for this event from our Rotary Club, I'd like to have you recognize, and why don't I introduce them, and then we can applaud all at once for all of them. First is Stephanie Pelham. Stephanie has been in charge of publicity and arranging this event. Stephanie works at South Puget Sound Community College for the foundation, and we're going to have the PowerPoint this year. So that's kind of a special edition that she's brought to us, and we appreciate what Stephanie has done. Teresa Dean is here. Teresa has organized all the awards, and she'll come up in a minute and tell you about these awards after the remarks from Dick Nichols. Thirdly, Larry Lynn is in charge of raising money from the sponsors, and Larry works for Smith Barney, and he's done an outstanding job raising money. And Larry Norwood, Larry, I know you're here. There's Larry Norwood. He's the retired principal from Capitol High School, and he has been connecting with the schools to get the application forms out to them and then get them back in a timely way. So please recognize all of our committee members. And now I'd like to introduce our speaker today. Before we introduce the individual students, please welcome Dick Nichols.
Thanks very much, Steve, and Rotarians, and thank the fates of the world who are all still around enjoying our lives. This is a tremendous day, actually. My wife, Carolee, and I got to start the morning at 7:30 in the Lacey Community Center, where the Red Cross organization, Girl Scouts organization, honored 3 women of distinction in Thurston County as part of one of their fundraisers. And that's, I guess, what you'd call the getting close to senior citizen recognition session. And then today it's for the young people. It's a very inspirational day to see people and be honored for doing great things in the community. I am tremendously honored to have my name associated with this scholarship, particularly the organization of Rotary, of which I was not a member, but you heard the recitation of the 4-way test of Rotary, and it wasn't on the wall, but if you think back about that as to what that represents, it's a really good test for anyone's life. And I particularly love the slogan, I guess, code of Rotary, their bywords, and that is service above self. And that's really kind of what I want to talk to you young people about for just a few minutes. Service above self is a really important concept. Now, I don't know all of the honorees today. I met most of you, in fact, all of you at the door. Some of you I've broadcast games you played in, but a lot of you are in sports we don't broadcast, and it's really interesting to see cross country, fast pitch, which is a great sport, track and field, bowling, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, a whole array of sports that the kids in this room participated in. in addition to their community service and their incredible academic ability, which Steve, when he introduces them to you, I think the individual kid knows what he or she has done, but you will be humbled and inspired when you hear the biographical information about these people that we're honoring today. And I rarely get personal about this, but I do have to acknowledge one of the individuals in the room only because there's something near and dear about Kellen Camus's family. He's from Capitol High School. I went to Shelton High School, and his grandparents, Murray and Mary Ann, were not classmates of mine, but they were 2 years ahead of me in Shelton High School. Two of the nicest people I have ever known. Murray is here today. It was a pleasure to see him. Just one of the really great guys that I went to high school with, and then to have their grandson here being honored today is really special. So Kellen and Coleman family, it's really nice to see, and all the rest of you as well. I'm going to address the rest of my remarks to the honorees, and the rest of you can listen in if you'd like to. Normally, when I give this talk, I point something out to the athletes and the scholars that are in this room. You're very, very fortunate young people. First of all, you're smart. Secondly, you have skill, you have talent, and you have a support group in your life of friends, family, and the schools that care about what you do, that have helped you through life. You've also had an opportunity, it's not the only way to do it, but a great opportunity through competitive sports to learn some things that I hope you can take in and use in your life. Things like loyalty to other people, teamwork, the ability to set goals, the ability to handle victory and defeat. Handling victory is really difficult, how to be a good winner. We're all taught how to be a good loser, to suck it up, have the stiff upper lip. To be a good winner takes some real skills, because you don't want to be arrogant, you don't want to lord it over other people. So being a good winner is an important thing to learn. Accountability and responsibility. The word accountability is really the critical one, and that is that I own what I do, and I'm responsible enough to take ownership for what I do. It's not somebody else, it's not a stereotype, it's on me, and I'm accountable for my actions. People that play competitive sports and do other things in the world get a unique opportunity, I think, to learn about accountability. What this does is help build your ethics and your integrity as you move on to the next challenges in your life. My little message for today that I would like to pass along to you as you do move on, equipped with the blessings that you have and equipped with the lessons that you've learned, is as you move on, don't settle for the Pyrrhic victory in your life. Back in 2000 BC and 279 BC, King Pyrrhus of Ephesus was in a fight with Rome, and he won a battle in 2080 and another one in 280 and another one in 279, two momentous battles against Rome. But he so depleted his resources and almost annihilated his entire army that in the end, he didn't win. And this is where the Pyrrhic victory slogan that I'm sure you've all heard, you win the battle and lose the war. And I'm asking you as you move forward to not settle for the Pyrrhic victory where you settle for the short-term winning of a battle and lose the war, usually the war about yourself and who you are in the process. What is a Pyrrhic victory? It's not just military. In fact, it's been now moved into many walks of life where you can think about things that happen where someone has settled for a short-term feel-good and given up a long-term successful result, and that's a very big price to pay. It can be as small as cheating on a test, or having somebody do homework, or taking a look at that income tax return when you're filling it out and getting ready to send it in. the short-term gain of a grade or the short-term gain of a few dollars on an income tax, but that's the battle, but what is the war of yourself that you lose in gaining that victory? There are many other examples. We've seen them in competitive sports, the substance abuse users or the steroid users who were willing to trade off their reputation, their health, to hit 61 home runs in a season. It's not worth it. That's a Pyrrhic victory, but you win that battle and you lose the war. And it's mostly the war of yourself. But even in a larger context, I look at our country and what's happening politically, and this applies to all ends of the spectrum. It's not just one party or another. We're increasingly settling for Pyrrhic victories in America, where what matters, it seems to some people more than anything else, is I win at any cost as long as you lose. I win, you lose, I get my way in the short term, but what are we sacrificing in the long term? And I would suggest to you that is a Pyrrhic victory that is not healthy for our society. We need to, as we move forward together, to remember teamwork and loyalty and the fact that we are in this together, that the test of character that we face every day is critical. Every one of us knows the difference between right and wrong. Even the most hardcore person that behaves the worst, way down deep inside somewhere, knows the difference between right and wrong. What is crucial is whether that matters to you. Knowing the difference doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't care about it. But if you care, then what you do is you understand a principle of management. And that principle of management is do things right. And that's okay. But in the large context, what you really want to understand is doing the right things. And that's integrity, and that's ethics, and that's character. And that comes from people who do not settle for the Pyrrhic victory. Thank you very much, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you all again and hearing your stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Dick. And now I'm going to bring up Teresa Dean, and she's going to tell you about the awards that these students will receive today. Teresa.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to each and every one of you. In reading through all of your accomplishments, all the things that you've done over these last 4 years in high school, it's incredible. And the things you're about to do as you move forward in your life is just going to be another wonderful adventure, full of great things, I'm sure. Because based on what you've done so far, you're certainly setting yourself up for a successful life. So congratulations. Along with the $1,000 scholarship that you're all receiving today, we've also put together an award portfolio for each of you. And it looks like this. And it does have the Rotary logo on it and saying of service above self. And so we hope that you take that with you and live that as you move forward in your life and go forward with your adventures. Within your portfolio, each student also has a recognition certificate for receiving the award, a letter from your principal, a letter from the governor, Chris Gregoire, and a personal letter of congratulations from your parents. So there's some very treasured things inside this portfolio for you. So we hope you know how special you are, and we wish you all the best. And again, congratulations. Thank you.
I spoke yesterday to Daniel Huweller, who won this award in 1998, and he works for Goldman Sachs. I assume you all know about Goldman Sachs. I asked Daniel why I hadn't seen him on TV testifying in front of a congressional committee, but he had his portfolio on his desk, and he told us last year that he inadvertently put it on the roof of his car, and it fell off on the freeway, on a Bellevue freeway, and he went back and retrieved it, and so it's kind of beat up, but it's still intact, and it still has the brass plaque inside with his name on it. And he told me he looks at that every day and remembers this event and this award and how special it was to him. So hopefully you will all have that same experience as Daniel has had. So we're going to start now with the presentation of these awards. Teresa is going to be on the right side here. Dick, you're going to be down in front. And we're going to have all the Rotary presidents on the left side, including the president-elect from Lacey. And so as I introduce the students, they'll come forward and stand right next to Dick. Dick will shake their hand and give them their award. They can have their picture taken. And then they have to run the gauntlet down here to the left to shake hands with all of our local Rotary presidents. And when they're finished, Stephanie has given me instructions to tell them to stand to the side of the screen over there. So when we're all done, we'll have all of the students standing, and you can recognize them again as a group. So our first student is from Black Hills High School, Evan Hinman. Evan. Not quite yet. I want you to just stand right here because I'm going to read your bio, so you need to turn around and face the crowd. Now, did we get his picture taken yet? All right. Evan has a 4-point grade point average from Black Hills High School and is the co-valedictorian for his graduating class this year in 2010. He is enrolled in 6 AP classes and received the AP Scholar Award with the expectation of being awarded the AP Scholar with Distinction Award after his senior year. Athletically, Evan played soccer for Black Hills High School and Black Hills Football Club. He received 3 varsity letters, 3 first-team All-League, 2 years second-team All-State, and 2-year team Most Valuable Player recognition. Evan also serves on student government as class president freshman and sophomore years and as the ASB vice president during his junior year, and he is this year's student body president at Black Hills High School. Evan has 230 hours of community service. He plans to attend, have you decided where you're going to attend yet? Cal Berkeley. He listed Harvard, Yale, Georgetown, Cal Berkeley, or Western, and so he's going to attend Cal Berkeley. Congratulations. Please recognize Evan Hinman. Our next student is also from Black Hills High School, Taylor Hale. Now, Taylor, you're going to have to stand right here. Taylor also has a 4.0 grade point average and is secretary of the National Honor Society and is an all-academic athlete. Taylor received 4 varsity letters in soccer and played club soccer. Her community service is very notable as well. She is actively involved with her church activities and served as a team leader and organizer on their mission trip. She also volunteered for a cancer benefit dinner, flood relief, 30-hour famine, and the Union Gospel Mission. Taylor will attend. Taylor, where are you going to go to college? Seattle Pacific University. She had written PLU or Seattle Pacific, so she's chosen Seattle Pacific and hopes to study medicine. Please recognize Taylor Hale. Next from Capital High School, please recognize Kellen Camus. There, you're going to face the crowd, Kellen. Kellen has maintained a grade point average above a 3.5 and was an academic All-American winner during his high school career. He accomplished both while being a 3-year varsity football player, 4-year varsity baseball player, and 1-year varsity basketball player. And he told me before the luncheon today that he's pitching for Capital up at Cheney Field, and Capital is playing Olympia in a baseball game, so that should be a great game. In football, Kellen led his team as quarterback to a third-place finish in the state tournament and was picked first-team All-State as a defensive back. He was also team captain for the basketball team from 2008 to 2010, and twice received All-League honors as a utility player and pitcher. Kellen also played percussion in the Capital Band under the direction of Mr. Dan Lundberg. He has also volunteered his time as a link leader at Capital High School, a blood donor, a youth football and basketball coach, a food server to the homeless, and a seasonal maintenance worker at the Bellevue Community Center. Now, Kellen, you need to tell us where you're going to go to college. Undecided. He told me Gonzaga or Lower Columbia Community College. All right. And study business. Please recognize Kellen Camus. Next, from Capital High School, Kaylin Swarthout. I should mention that Kaylin's brother Jordan received this award in 2006, so it's running in the family. Kaylin has a 3.96 grade point average. She is an 8-time academic All-American and an IB diploma candidate. The boys and girls cross-country teams were both named academic state champions for having the highest GPA of any sports team in the state. Kaylin was also named a national youth leader. Kaylin participated in both cross-country and track. In cross-country, she received 4 varsity letters and was a 3-time state meet competitor, 2-time first-team All-League and co-captain for 2 years. She was also a 4-year varsity letterman on the track team, 2-time district competitor, and named co-captain for 2 years. Kaylin's community volunteer involvement includes volunteering as a YMCA camp counselor, fundraising for numerous peace clubs, tutoring for elementary school students, and aiding with the Capital City Marathon. Kaylin has also already been introduced to Rotary as a food drive volunteer. She's undecided as to school at this stage, right? I'm going to the University of Washington. She's going to be a Husky. Please recognize Kaylin Swarthout. Next, from North Thurston High School, first recognize David Schuster. David. Again, we have some family lineage here. David's brother Michael was recognized as a recipient of this award in 2007. David has a 3.72 GPA and is a member of the National Honor Society and DECA team. He is also a link leader in the North Thurston leadership team. David has received 4 varsity letters in tennis and placed second in state during his junior year. He is currently ranked 5th in the United States Tennis Association Boys Northwest Division and made the Junior Davis Cup national tennis team for boys age 18. In addition, David played 2 years in both the symphonic band and marching band. He took first place in drumline at a marching band competition. His community involvement includes being an assistant golf instructor and a volunteer in his church in Gleanings for the Hungry program. David will attend the University of Hawaii Manoa on an Air Force ROTC scholarship, where he will continue his tennis career and study business. Please recognize David Schuster. Our next student from North Thurston High School is Kelly Joyner. Kelly. Kelly Joyner has a 3.8 grade point average and has been a National Honor Society member for 3 years. She also received the Scholar Athlete Award and WCC All-Academic Award for maintaining a 3.5 GPA while participating in sports. For 2 years, Kelly has acted as a link leader and vice president of the Bible Club. Athletically, she has received 3 varsity letters in both volleyball and tennis. In volleyball, she received the Coaches Award in 2007 and 2008, Most Improved in 2008, and Most Inspirational in 2009, and was named Second Team All-League in 2008 and 2009. In tennis, she was named Varsity Player of the Year in 2008 and 2009, and received the Coaches Award in 2009 and First Singles Player in 2010. In our community, Kelly has volunteered more than 100 hours at the Salvation Army, Lacey Presbyterian Church, Feeding the Homeless Program, and Capital Medical Center. She intends to attend Eastern Washington University and study physical therapy. Please recognize Kelly Joyner. Our next recipient from Olympia High School is Ruben Talukdar. Ruben has a 3.7 grade point average and has received the AP Scholar with Honor Award for the 8 AP courses he took during his high school career. Ruben has also been very active in Olympia High School's Future Business Leaders of America Club for 3 years. This year, he received first place at the regional spreadsheet applications event. He will now attend the state competition with the hope of making it to nationals. Ruben was a 3-sport athlete for 4 years and received 3 varsity letters in tennis and 1 varsity letter in both basketball and baseball. In doubles, Ruben and his partner placed 3rd in the league and will compete in the state tournament this month. He was involved in our community by volunteering 100 hours of service to the Thurston County Food Bank. Ruben is undecided. Where do you plan to go to college? Case Western Reserve University. Congratulations. And he hopes to study engineering. Please welcome Ruben Talukdar. Our next recipient from Olympia High School is Marnie Brown, and Marnie is not here, but the award will be received by her father, Art Debeshare. Art, please come forward. No, you have to come up right here and... And Art and I went to the University of Washington together and pledged the same fraternity the first year, so he and I are fraternity brothers. I don't take any credit for this, for your daughter, by the way. But his son Eric was a recipient in 2007, so again, it runs in the family. Marnie Brown has a 3.92 grade point average and is the National Honor Society president. Marnie was also freshman class treasurer and junior class vice president and is currently serving as the ASB president at Olympia High School. Her other academic awards include the King 5 News Athletic Academic Student Spotlight, AP Scholar Award, Mathematics Student of the Month, and she was recently chosen for the Olympians Student Spotlight. Her senior class peers also voted her most likely to be president. I'm not sure, does she want that job? She does. Good for her. Marnie was a 4-year varsity player and team captain during her senior year. In her junior and senior years, she was voted first team All-Narrows League, first team All-Area by the Olympian, and team MVP. During her 4 years, she was also a participant in drama and played in the high school musical performance of Bye Bye Birdie during her junior year. Her volunteer and community involvement are also extensive. She was a volunteer intern at the Children's Theater Camp, high school basketball counselor, WIAA basketball officiator, and Olympia School District peer tutor and youth volunteer in Sten Village. Next year, she will attend Claremont McKenna, University of Washington. There you go. And she plans on studying either accounting or political science. All right. And she's not here today because she's taking an AP Statistics. I'm not sure you and I ever took AP Statistics, did we? Please recognize Marnie Brown. Next, from River Ridge High School, please recognize Jordan Cronin. Jordan has a 3.93 grade point average and serves as a National Honor Society ambassador. He's an ASB senator, Student Safety Summit facilitator, and link leader. He was also recognized as the Wendy's High School Heisman School winner, Lacey Lions Club Student of the Month, and 3-time Evergreen Conference All-Academic recipient. During his senior year, Jordan also attended the National Young Leaders Conference. Jordan participated in both the football and track and field teams. He was also the team captain, starting wide receiver, and kick returner for the Hawks. He was a co-captain for the track and field team and participated in the pole vault, 100-meter dash, and 4x100 relay. Jordan co-founded and co-captained the powerlifting team, which placed third in state. Additionally, Jordan played the lead role in several high school musicals. In the community, he volunteered as a YMCA teen counselor, Lacey City Council youth representative, Black Hills Junior Football League referee, Charlie Safari Thanksgiving server, and with several blood drives. Jordan, now you've got 2 schools here. Which school are you going to go to? Pacific University next year, and study political science. Please recognize Jordan Cronin. And next from River Ridge, Kendall Kramer. Kendall is ranked 5th in her graduating class with a 3.94 grade point average and serves as Vice President of the River Ridge National Honor Society. She is also a class representative for the class of 2010 and serves on the Captain's Council as a liaison between athletes and the athletic director. Kendall was a 9-time Evergreen Conference All-Academic team member while on the varsity fast pitch softball team, bowling, and volleyball teams. She was captain of the softball team and received the Most Improved and Coaches Award. She was also the 3-time Bowler of the Year and team captain. Kendall has volunteered more than 400 hours at Providence St. Pierre Hospital and also many hours at Trinity Lutheran Bible Camp and as a peer math tutor at River Ridge High School. Kendall will attend Boise State University in the fall to major in elementary education and athletic training with minors in coaching and mathematics. Please recognize Kendall Kramer. Our next student from Timberline High School is Alec Beal. Alec's award is being received by his mother, Cindy Beal. And Alec is taking an AP test today, so could not be here. Alec has a grade point average of 3.86 and has been on the honor roll every semester, received the Distinguished Scholar Award every year, and was twice named Outstanding Math Student and Outstanding Honors Biology Student, and once the Outstanding Health and Fitness Award. He has taken 6 AP classes and 4 honor classes. Athletically, Alec was a 3-year varsity baseball player and was named to the first team All-State team and first team All-League in 2009. The team was a state semifinalist in 2009, and he played at Safeco Field. Alec played on the varsity basketball team during his senior year and was named to the second team All-League and led the Blazers in 3-pointers made. Alec was also involved in many community service activities. He was a cabin counselor at the Trinity Lutheran Bible Camp, Little League coach, and group leader with Christ the Servant, VBS, and youth group leader. He hopes to attend Concordia University in Portland, Oregon, to study sports journalism. Please recognize Alec Beal. Next from Timberline High School, Marika Benson. Marika has maintained a grade point average above 3.9 during her 4-year high school career while taking 7 AP classes and as many honor classes as possible. She was on the honor roll each semester and received the Distinguished Scholar, AP Scholar, and WCC All-Academic Team Awards. In 2009, she was also named Pre-Calculus and Chemistry Student of the Year. Marika was also a member of the Interact Club and Title IX Committee. She's played fast-pitch softball since she was 4 years old, and during her high school career received all-league honors each year. During her sophomore year, the Blazers took second in the state tournament. She also played 4 years varsity soccer, and during junior and senior years received the all-state honors as a goalie, was team MVP and team captain. In the community, Marika has volunteered as a fast-pitch coach, Salvation Army bell ringer, Knickerbocker maintenance worker. Wonder what that would be, Dick. She's going to have to tell us about that.
I know where Case Western Reserve is.
That's right. I know. and neighborhood dog walker. Marika has verbally committed to play fast pitch on a scholarship at Mount St. Mary's University in Maryland and study medicine. Congratulations. Recognize Marika Benson. Next from Tumwater High School, Jeffrey Levine. Jeff has a 3.4 grade point average and received the All Academic Award in fall 2009 for earning a GPA above 3.5 while competing in varsity sports. He is a member of the Tumwater High School leadership class that helps plan and lead school assemblies. He is a link leader and represents his high school at school board meetings. He received 3 varsity letters in both basketball and baseball and 2 varsity letters in football. That's a total of 8 varsity letters. As a sophomore, he earned the starting catcher position on the varsity baseball team. In the community, Jeff has volunteered more than 275 hours of community service. He volunteers as a youth leader for AWANA International, youth basketball coach for Tumwater Parks and Rec, and assistant coach for the Tumwater Saturday Morning Basketball Clinic and Tumwater Spring Break baseball camps. Jeff plans to attend Lower Columbia Community College. Is that right? I'm actually undecided at this point. All right. But he hopes to continue his baseball career and begin his studies in medicine before transferring to a 4-year university. Please recognize Jeffrey Levine. And from Tumwater High School, Megan Herbert. Megan has a 3.76 grade point average and was awarded Evergreen Conference All Academic Awards for 3 years in the WIAA 2A State Academic Championship for basketball. She was also named Math Student of the Month and PE Student of the Month. Megan received 4 letters in soccer and 4 letters in basketball and played JV fast pitch softball in 2008. On the soccer field, she was named Most Improved Player, team captain, and received the Coaches Award. She's also very active as a volunteer at Tumwater High School and the greater community. She is a link leader at Tumwater High School, a peer math tutor, and helps select the Teacher of the Year Award recipient. Outside of high school, she volunteered as a girls' camp counselor, youth soccer and basketball coach, and youth group leader for her church. Megan will attend BYU, Idaho in the fall and begin her studies in sports medicine. Please recognize Megan Herbert. So there you have our 2010 Nichols Award winners. Please, let's all stand and recognize them as a group. Congratulations.